Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy, Divine Debut 11. Welcome, and thank you for joining us here today, the 19th of March of 2024. Only a moment before the spring equinox, which is going to take place tomorrow. So if you're a Pisces and we're moving through the last day of the Pisces season, I want to wish you a happy birthday. We are finishing up with the Pisces season. It is a Tuesday today. It is the day of Mars. Always, those of you that have been following me for a while, you know that astrology is very necessary here on Divine Debut 11, because we always read the energies. So the messenger is here bringing you the message, the last day of the astrological year. Therefore, what does that mean? It's that the sun is at the last degree of Pisces, and it is the natural 12th house. Those of you that are on Patreon, on tier 2 and tier 3, we've talked about this many times, and you know that we'll always have Aries on the rising. So it's easy for you that, to learn astrology. That's what we do on Patreon. We learn about the energies and how they affect us. And the messenger brings you the energies. That's why it's very important. It's vital to look at the sky, because as above, so below. So, my dear friends, the moon, as you could see here, is transiting through its home sign of Cancer. So it is emotionally affecting the cardinal areas of our chart, or if you're a cardinal sign, therefore you're a Cancer, you're a Capricorn, you're a Libra, or you're an Aries. Okay, so the sun is ready to step into that 0 degrees of Aries tomorrow, where the sun loves to be. It's exalted there in Aries. It's very strong. It's powerful. It's new beginnings. It's stepping out into the fool's journey. This is energetically where we are. So it's going to be spring equinox in the northern hemisphere and autumn in the southern hemisphere. All right. So we've had, the Pisces season this past month, roughly. Pisces, the archetype of Pisces, right, which can be very divine, very spiritual. It can be very much about solitude, loneliness, needing to sleep, to step away from the limelight, to step away and be in solitude, to meditate, to create, to dream, to fantasize, and even to escape challenging times. We have been going through a lot of challenging times the past few years, but anyway, this is 2024, and we're still not out of the woods yet. Generally speaking, we've had some very challenging lunation cycles recently, and we're coming up to eclipses as well. So only in a week from now, we've got the first eclipse of the year. So that's going to be a full moon in Libra. Join us on Patreon. We'll be doing that analysis today, tomorrow. Make sure you connect with us on Patreon, where we go into the analysis, and we'll be talking about the solar eclipse as well, the new moon in Aries. Now, the lunar eclipse is on March 25th. So the moon is filling out in Libra, which speaks to relationships, partnerships, right? Justice. Libra is the other people. It's us. It's the people that we connect with. Has there been balance, equilibrium, justice, fairness? If there hasn't been, we will be letting go, because it's going to be as you can see here, is the South Node. And the South Node is we're leaving our comfort zone, collectively speaking, because the nodal axis is South Node in Libra, North Node in Aries, which Aries is I, me, my. So the North Node is where we should be looking towards, right? Growing away from the south node, which is our comfort zone, and stepping into new territory, new chapters, new cycles, as the sun is going to step into Aries. So the lunar eclipse will be very close to the south node, the full moon in Libra. Very important for Libra, obviously, for Aries, for Capricorn, and for Cancer, especially if you are born around the middle of that season, right? So Venus exalted in Pisces, she's coming up to Saturn. She's already connecting with Saturn, which is blockages. It's reality. It's waking up from the dream. Okay, it's limiting. It's also reality. But it can also speak to sort of closing up a chapter of limitations. And we'll be talking about that in and on Patreon. So I'm not going to go too deeply into the astrology. What I wanted to say is, first of all, happy birthday if you're an Aries celebrating tomorrow, the day after. Happy birthday. I think we all should be celebrating the new astrological year. It's like a brand new cycle. It's like we're closing up. Pisces is the end. It's the 12th house, right? Leaving the victimhood and stepping into our power, because Aries is cardinal fire. It's all systems go. Okay, and remember, we're not all on the same timeline. We're not all born on the same day. So we've got our own natal chart, birth chart, which we need to look at and see how the stars now are affecting our own soul's journey moving forward. As we always, when we look at our birth chart, we look at the planets to see how they affect our own journey. Okay, so obviously we're leaving water and coming into fire. Water is, of course, it's more emotional. It's more about release. It's more about sensitivities. Now we are powering forward as we are stepping into Aries, which is ruled by Mars. And Mars is in Aquarius. Pluto is in Aquarius. We see still a lot of water as Venus, Saturn, Neptune, and the Sun are still there in Pisces today. Okay, so the messenger has just stepped over that north node, so we can have some news relative to the collective future destiny of the world. And remember, the 0 degrees of Aries, Libra, Capricorn, and Cancer, very important for world events. But we'll be talking about the astrology much more in detail. You should join us generally and more importantly on the Tier 3, which is the deepest analysis that we go into, and for the month ahead as well. Tier 2 is mostly the lunations. So the full moons, the new moons, the eclipses as well, because they are new and full moons. But for more astrology and many more details, Tier 3 is what you would be looking at. All right, on Tier 1, my dear friends, we've done the love readings for March. They're all up there. So as I've said here on YouTube, the free love readings will be the elemental, the fire, water, air, and earth. They'll be done in the next couple of days. So make sure you're subscribed. Thank you for joining us here. Let's look at what the cards are saying today, what Spirit is wanting to communicate to us. I will be using the chocolate lovers message cards by Rosie Shalhoub, a friend of mine from Sydney. This is where these are her cards, and I've purchased them from her shop. And a very fond, and it says fondant here, a very fond subscriber has asked me to use these, so I'm doing that today. And we'll also be taking the spirit messages by John Holland. Okay, and these are cards that I have not used for a while, so I thought I would reintroduce them to you. Let's see what's going on generally and energetically, first of all, always with the Karma Dharma. I hope you've had a good weekend. We had a long weekend here in Greece. It's the beginning of the period of fasting, so 40 days till Easter. So we had a long weekend here in Greece. Let's see what's going on. What is going on energetically, dear Spirit, and what does the messenger want to bring us today, or whenever you get to view this message. Thank you for your love, for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting always, calling on my archangels. I just wanted to mention also that it's been, Pisces season could be it can weigh a little bit heavily on our physical or emotional, or even psychological health. A lot of viruses and bacterial infections going around. So I hope you're happy and healthy. And if you have been sick, that you're feeling better now. A special hello, my beautiful Anna. You know who you are. I hope you're feeling better. Sending you my love always. We've got the Hermit. So we're in our cave. We've been soul searching. We've been going within. Virgo comes through. Maybe we've seen the light in the Pisces season because this is a 9, and we know that 9s always speak to endings. So Virgo is our physical, it's our physical health. Obviously Virgo is opposite Pisces. So since there's so much going on in Pisces still, Pisces is a mutable water sign, and it's on the same axis with Virgo. So the immutable signs have been activated and challenged, as well as Saturn being there in Pisces and Neptune. We have been looking for a way to heal. We've been looking for that inner light. And there's a lot to do with work as well. This is another Virgo card, 8 of Pentacles. It's got to do with our service to others, to what we do on a daily basis. So the service we provide through our vocation and our work, possibly also through our heart and our love, because Virgo and Pisces are very loving. Pisces sacrifices unconditionally. Virgo is more discerning, can detach a little bit, see things a little bit more clearly, and sort of be able to discriminate and say, look, hey, there hasn't been any sacrifice back. I've done so much. Where is the love? Where is the sacrifice? Where is the return? So Virgo could be a little bit more criticizing. So 8 of Pentacles could also say that someone's ready to put in the effort, do the work, okay? Someone has seen the light. The Hermit could be a doctor, could be a detective, could be a teacher, a spiritual guru, someone that's lighting your path up for you. Let's see what's going on. Remember, the Hermit is one step before that Wheel of Fortune, and 9s always speak to endings, and Pisces, the cycle of Pisces and the end of the astrological year is here. Have we seen the light? Because Pisces is a very karmic sign indeed. It does carry a lot of karma, and therefore sort of brings an awareness, an awakening as to, do I continue on this journey? Have I finished up with certain karma? Am I free to take that journey, the Fool's journey? Or am I going to do another cycle, another year? Let's see what's going on. We've got Temperance, so Archangel Michael is here. We've got Sagittarius, mutable energies. Mutable means transmutation, change, and fitting into our environment. So far we've seen so much change. Change obviously comes easily to the mutable signs, so Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Gemini, and nevertheless those areas in our own birth chart. Temperance is saying be kind to yourself. You're going through a period of healing. You're looking for balance. You're looking for serenity. Some of us may be going through changes where our beliefs are concerned. Okay, temperance does speak to healing and divine timing, but also we know that Earth and Virgo is very much about patience, right? Practical steps towards something that we may need to complete. It could be in relation to money. It could be in relation to health, right? Virgo Pisces is the health axis. And Spirit is saying, obviously, that especially with the energy of Jupiter here, Jupiter coming up to Uranus in Taurus, which is, again, it's our physical body, it's Earth, fixed Earth, but changes are happening pertaining to our finances, our self-worth, any energies of feeling good, feeling comfortable, feeling safe and secure financially. Spirit is saying, and Archangel Michael is saying, that things are changing, right? There's an alchemy that's going on. There's work, a little bit of work maybe, possibly, that still needs to be done, but it's taking practical steps and needing to believe that someone, if this is concerning someone else, has seen the light, that there will be healing in whatever situation. This could be work. I mean, this could also be relative to foreigners, people that you deal with that are at a physical distance to you, living in another country. I mean, this is Jupiter, right? Sagittarius, 9th natural house, which also speaks to education and wisdom. I think that we have all become much wiser recently, and we will be moving forward as we are seeing some sort of major endings that we're going through, which promises new cycles, new beginnings. Let's see. We've got the Page of Pentacles. So this could be a messenger, this could be a child, this could be some sort of promise. Yes, it can speak to the student. We've got student-teacher energies here. And many times, certain people, relationships, they could be work, they could be family, they could be romantic. We take on these positions. Someone being the teacher, the other being the student, and then swapping roles. But this can also speak to, yes, education, children. Remember Mercury, the messenger of the gods, he just stepped over the North Node, which says fated events are playing out relative to a particular child, to anything to do with news that's coming in, information, education, news, I mean communication. It doesn't have to be that we're sitting, going back to school. For some of us, that education could be a life, the lessons of life. This could also be someone's waiting on some news relative to work. Relative to anything that has to do with money, finances, stability. Let's see what this news is. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles, so we've got the mother and a child. So we go from the page straight to the Queen, and the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Queen of Pentacles is the minor arcana of the Empress. Remember, this is, she's minor arcana, and of course, she is very much about security, all about being there, supportive. She could be very supportive. She could be a banker. This could be news from the bank. This could be news about a new job. This could be news about a new home. I mean, we see the peacock here, which, the peacock does speak to spirituality and abundance and luck. Very interesting. Where symbolism is concerned, this does speak to Juno, the wife of Zeus, Jupiter. And Juno, we know, is the asteroid of marriage. The asteroid of marriage and commitments. Let me just show you. Here is Juno in Virgo, which has been retrograding for a while and is going to come back to that 6th degree where Lilith is. And Lilith is that raw sexual feminine archetype, that darker shadow of the feminine that has felt very unloved, undervalued, that she's been served with an unjust situation, right? And it feels as though what I'm getting intuitively is that the divine feminine archetype is feeling very undervalued, whether it's her job, whether it's a commitment, any sort of commitment, could it also be spousal, marriage. But again, it could also speak to, because remember that Juno, the wife of Zeus, she was the queen of the gods, right? Zeus being the king of the gods. But she held her position, even though she felt a sense of injustice, that, there was a lot of infidelity between her and Zeus. So the infidelity, I get the distrust pertaining to security, or some sort of a promise or a return, generally speaking. And I do see her as the mother, or someone who is in quite a high position, maybe undervalued and not acknowledged. And therefore, because Juno has been retrograding, it's as though we're going back to certain situations where we felt those lower vibrational energies. And right now, she's right opposite Venus. And Venus is love, peace, tranquility. Venus in Pisces, very magical. But there's an opposition. And an opposition is like a tug of war. This could be internal and it could be external. Now, Juno is going to get to that 6th degree and turn direct, which to me says that this is when we will have the opportunity for that new beginning. It's because we're still dealing with matters to do with the past. It's like we're revisiting, re-looking at a situation, right? Is she going to invest? Because there's going to be a messenger that's going to come in. Now, because we've got 8, 9, 10 pentacles. 10 speaks to family, it speaks to abundance, but 10s, remember, they do speak to a restart. Before she came out, we had 9 pentacles, which is the individual, which is someone who knows that they can stand alone, stand on their own. Very much about individuality, being lonely, being in solitude, because the 9 of Pentacles is very much the Empress energy. So what I'm getting here is that this is the new beginning. There's something to do with a messenger that's coming in. Now, it is only the page, which means we are studying something for the future. There is luck, there is prosperity, but there's also This could also speak to a spiritual connection. It could be between a motherly figure and a child. This could be some sort of a relationship where there's an age difference. The elements are the same, though. It's all about stability, being grounded, reality, and not living in the dream, in the clouds, with our heads in the clouds. What's at the foundation? We've got the Four of Cups. This could possibly speak to missed opportunities. We see he's actually looking at that cup now, right? Other times in the traditional Rider-Waite, he's looking at the Three Cups, or he's sleeping. He's having a siesta. Here he's aware that this Holy Grail, this opportunity is coming from the hand of Spirit. Six of Cups, which can be a nostalgia, a soulmate. There are 10 cups here. Again, we're talking about endings, new beginnings. When we talk about tens, they're all about endings and new possibilities, new beginnings. Let's take a little bit more information. What is that Eight of Pentacles about? Remember that the energy of Virgo can also be too much about the details, being stuck on the little details. Maybe Spirit is saying, look at the bigger picture. Okay? This, Virgo can also speak to perfectionism. Maybe it's a time to not be so discriminating and so much about perfectionism. Times are not easy for anyone, and everyone is feeling the challenges, right? So where business, partnerships, relationships in general are concerned, maybe let's sort of release the poison and say, let's see where this is going to take us. Pisces is all about release. It's about surrender. Don't get stuck, because Pisces can also speak to poison, escapism, right? I'm the martyr. I've done so much and it hasn't been returned to me. That is a sense of poisoning as well. So let's see what that Eight of Pentacles speaks to. We've got Judgment. Judgment is Scorpio. It is a moment of crisis. It can speak to a challenge and a resurrection. It's the time is now. The crisis is now, right? This is very Plutonian. Pluto in Aquarius. Aquarius is all about detaching. It's all about seeing that bigger picture. Let's see. Remember, Mars is coming to the last degrees of Aquarius, and Mars coming to the last degrees could be very much about make or break. It could be very much about sudden changes, can be very explosive, very challenging, and very hard where our thought process is concerned, logic, communication, right? This is like possibly also not being able to hold back on our thoughts, and there's a sense of crisis here. Yeah, be careful. There can be verbal challenges, legal challenges here as well, right? Knight of Swords is Aquarius energy for me. So we've got fixed water, Scorpio, Aquarius. Fixed energies are coming through, and being fixed is not a good idea. It's a time now of release and sort of going with the flow, right? But this can also clear the air, because this could speak to someone now ready to communicate, ready to do the work, right? We can even see the Knight at the edge of the cliff. It's like a cliff hanging situation right now as we're coming into the eclipses. What does Temperance tell us here? temper yourself is what temperance is saying. Temper yourself. Someone's needing to make a decision. There's a dilemma. There's a choice that needs to be made. We are looking for a way to balance things out, as we've been very much going through imbalances, injustices. Two of Swords is like, trust your intuition, trust your higher self, trust your heart. Someone has got a difficult choice that they're needing to make, and they obviously have needed time. Remember, Temperance and the Two of Swords do speak to balance. Where there hasn't been balance, fairness, and justice, this is with the lunar eclipse in Libra. This will be the ending, right? Some sort of a purging. But it's all about getting out of our comfort zone. Let's see what this messenger is bringing. Four of Pentacles, more Pentacles, and the Two of Wands, another two. This is someone having held back on some sort of a decision. It could be anything to do with legalities connected to work. Someone's hoping for a second chance, for a resurrection. It could be relative to work, or it could be relative to the communication between you and someone. It could be at work, right? This is like a major decision. Even sending out this message is a major decision for someone, but it is going to happen. Four of Pentacles is my Taurus energies, like I've been holding back. And the Four of Pentacles is also the miser, someone protecting their heart. Now we've got Five Pentacles here, which says both people. In the Five of Pentacles, we see two people that come from very different backgrounds, social standing, financial standing, whatever it is, maybe even where your beliefs are concerned. But whatever is communicated is going to open up the portal. Remember, eclipses are portals. We've got a Seven of Wands, which is the Queen of Pentacles, holds the higher ground. Now, I said Queen of Wands. Yes, this Queen of Pentacles can also hold strong fire. Seven of Wands is she's going to be called to action. Even though whatever she's trying to build, whatever she's hoping for, whatever this pentacle is for you, you will be called to fight for this. You will be called to take action. But she's got the higher ground. Okay? She's got the wit. She's got the know-how. She's got the patience. Let's take one more. Remember, sevens are never easy. They are very conflictual. And we've got the moon, which speaks, obviously will speak to the lunation cycles ahead of us, the eclipses. And again, the moon speaks to the mother. It speaks to the past. It speaks to our psyche, fears, intuition, anything to do with securities, where you live, where you work, what gives you that ability to stand strong financially. And obviously Cancer, Pisces comes through here. But the moon, remember, something is coming up to complete. A lunar eclipse is an emotional. It's going to be more emotional, more internal, but it will, obviously the light is eclipsed out. So therefore, there's going to be a moment of darkness before we have the illumination of things that were hidden. This could relate to our psyche as well, or to someone else's fears. Now, the moon can also speak to deception, having dealt with someone that was very deceiving. Let's say something will be illuminated. What's at the foundation? We've got the star, and the star is Aquarius. Again, it's truth, but it also speaks to hope. It speaks to the future. And there could be a message coming through social media, which could bring, for some of us, a wish fulfillment, possibly from someone that's far away from us or in the near future. Let's see, because the star can also speak to progression towards goals, fame and fortune. Let's take the moon. Wow, everyone, the Ace of Pentacles is here. This is what the Queen of Pentacles was hoping for. This is the opportunity. This is a new job. This is a new home. This is a new chapter. Something that is real and not imagined, right? This is a new position in an old job, right? This could be someone going out on their own building their own business. Someone has seen the light. We are seeing the light. Another ace, Ace of Wands, very creative, very passionate. The light comes on. After the Eight of Swords, feeling blocked, self-contained imprisonment. For many of us, maybe a self-contained imprisonment. So it's as though we've got a saying in Greek which says we've put our hands in our own like eyes. We've poked our own eyes out. We've done the damage to ourselves. Sometimes this is possible. So, and of course, we will not all have the news straight away. Remember Juno, she's going to turn direct. And then we'll start to see what this contract agreement, signing on the dotted line, it doesn't have to be a written contract on paper. It could be some sort of an agreement, a verbal agreement, as Juno will be moving direct, all right? And Juno in Virgo is all about the service we provide to others. It's connected to health, healthy relationships, connections, collaboration with colleagues, right? Wherever we are on a daily basis is Virgo. Virgo is our life, it's our health, it's our well-being. And Virgo is very motherly. We are talking about finances. We are talking about securities. And doesn't have to concern a particular mother. It could be someone that is acting very motherly and being supportive of you, your cause, and your life. Okay? So, but we are going through the fire with a moment of crisis, right? But the truth is what will bring the change. This is like the Pisces clouded vision, illusion, wearing those rose-colored glasses. The Knight of Swords will clear the air because he holds his sword, and the sword speaks to logic, truth, and cutting through those clouds, that illusion, which will put us in a moment of crisis. But with the Eight of Pentacles, slow, steady paced, just like the tortoise winning the race over the hare, right? And that's what the Virgo energy speaks to. All right, let's see what Spirit has for us. Let's see what the Spirit messages brings for us today. What is the message today, dear Spirit, please? What is that we need to know? Thank you. Beautiful. Stay connected. We're all born connected to Spirit, often known as the divine source. Yet many of us have a tendency to pull away from that connection as we journey through life in the physical world. Now is an important time to reconnect to the source. Of course, this could be for many of you someone that's passed on, that's in spirit world, but stay connected also says where relationships are concerned, stay connected. Do not detach. Okay, try and it's like reversing the roles and try and see the other person's perspective. And even if someone has done you wrong, Pisces is all about forgiveness, because forgiving the other person who's done you wrong and letting go of the poison, that means healing for you and in your soul, in your heart. Okay, it doesn't mean that you have to stay with someone, be with someone, but releasing the toxins, releasing the poison will bring you a sense of lightness, and obviously making space in your beautiful heart for a new journey, the new journey that's beginning. It's all about lessons. That's this, our soul's purpose in this life is about learning those important and those valuable lessons. Lessons never come easily, my friends. Let's see what the chocolate lovers message cards speak to. What is, and I'm closing my eyes. I know you can't see me. I'm closing my eyes so I can choose a message that I am guided to take. Thank you, Spirit, for today's message as we close up the astrological year and open up we've got a new astrological year. We've got dark, we've got the shadow self, dark chocolate and the shadow self, and we've got chewy nougat chocolate, patience. Let's read the dark. Let me show you the cards. They're beautiful. Really, got to go and have some chocolate after this. Seriously, every time I use these cards. Let's read this. I always need some chocolate. Okay, can you clear? Thank you. It is time to embrace your shadow self. Illuminate the darker side of your nature by allowing some light to flow in. It's time to free yourself from past bitterness, hurt, and resentment. Oh my God, thank you, Spirit. This is exactly what we were saying, right? You can make sense of the chaos, because this speaks to chaos. Surrender pain and heal. That's exactly the Pisces season that we are releasing. Question your belief systems. What is holding you back? Why are you here? Why did you create your current situation? It is now time to be more personally accountable. And that's what Saturn moving through Pisces speaks to. It speaks to accountability. The accountability would be that if we've been wearing those rose-colored glasses, right? Saturn is ripping those off and saying, you need to be accountable. Sometimes we trip over our own selves. Remember that Eight of Swords, that self-contained prison? We've put ourselves in there. Now, the affirmation is, I only hold positive thoughts. My actions are of pure intent. Now, chewy nougat chocolate, patience. Okay. It may be that a lot of things are up in the air at this time. You may feel frustrated and tired of waiting. Decisions feel like they're no longer yours to make. Your life may feel like it is being controlled by another. This card signifies a time where all you can really do is wait and be patient. Don't try to force things to happen because your efforts may backfire on you. All you can do is let go, surrender, control, and wait. And the affirmation is, I put my best foot forward and I wait patiently for the right time for my rewards to be manifested. And that's exactly what these 3 cards are speaking to. All right, my beautiful friends. So these are your messages. I've got to rush off. I've got a friend that's in need calling me. So I will leave it here. I want to thank you all so much. Wishing you well. And I will be back. Love and light, my dear friends.